Hey, everybody. Thought I'd get on here a little bit this morning and talk about something that a lot of you new students are going to be seeing a lot out in the field. So I know a lot of RT programs are starting up. A lot of people in my feed are starting their first, second, third week of radiography school. And there's a lot of information that you're going to need to know. One of the most common exams you're going to do, and I'm going to flip my phone around, is going to be this one. You're going to do a lot of chest x-rays. So we still have view boxes here in the classroom where we can display x-rays for our students and such. So let's look at a couple different things here. So this one here, compared to, let's say, this one here, can y'all figure out the difference between those two? So flip it around. So this one compared to this one. What's the difference in those two? This is a pediatric patient. This is, I have a hard time judging age looking at chest x-rays, but this is elementary school age, early elementary school age probably. See epiphyseal plates still not fused in the humerus. And then this over here is definitely an adult. So talk about a little bit of the anatomy that we actually see on this chest x-ray. So does anybody know what these two bones right here are? There. That's right. Those are your clavicles. What about this kind of triangular shaped bone right here? One on either side. And if you guess scapula or scapulae for the plural, you would be correct. And look what we notice here. See this border? This is what we call the medial border or the vertebral border of the scapula. It is outside of the lung field here on both sides. So they did a really good job at positioning this patient. And what we do when we're doing those kind of chest x-rays is we have the patient roll their shoulders forward. I know this is a very awkward looking position in the video, but we have them roll their shoulders forward to pull those scapula out away from the lung field. So that's exactly what they did here. They got the scapula out of the way. See this darker little loosened area right here? What do y'all think that might be? If you guessed the trachea, you guessed right. So this is a trachea. These are our lungs. This is our left side. We see the marker up there. And this is our heart shadow. So we know that the heart is in the correct place. What about this little rounded area right here? Anybody have a clue what that might be? Anybody? If you guessed the aortic arch, good job. You're up with your anatomy and all. Let's try another. What about this little puppy down here? New students, new techs might be concerned, like, oh crap, what's that? That doesn't look like it's supposed to be there. Is the anatomy right down here? That is your stomach, and that is what we would call a gastric bubble, or a stomach bubble, or there's any number of things, but it's a gastric bubble. It's in the stomach. So a bit of air in the stomach there, not hurting anything. Let's take a second to look at this lateral. So this is a PA chest x-ray. So we have the patient facing the image receptor. Central ray is hitting the back of the patient, exiting the anterior surface of the patient. In this one, this is a lateral chest x-ray. Normally a left lateral, and again, we see a left marker up here. And the reason we do left laterals, hold on a second, sorry about that, is because the heart is on the left side of the anatomy, so we want the heart closer to the image receptor. So again, right here, you can notice that little stomach bubble in here. Can you guys tell from looking at this whether this is a male or female patient? Y'all give me a second. I got to walk away for 1 second. Got to get a sip of the coffee. So we should be able to easily tell that this is a female from the presence of the breast tissue shadow in here. So the heart sitting right in here. It's kind of hard to draw on something when I'm looking at it in the camera instead of looking at it for real. The heart is right in here. This area right in here, and you also see it here, is what we call the hilum, where a lot of vasculature comes into the lungs, into the chest wall. There is a huge positioning error on this radiograph, though. Can anybody pick out what that positioning error might be? You seasoned techs, I know y'all are going to know what it is. So this right here. So first we have the vertebral column right here. We have the thoracic spine. Attached to the thoracic spine are the posterior ribs. Now see how much rib space we can see here? From there to there. We see that overlap of the ribs. That means that the patient is rotated. So a true lateral would be like this. This patient is rotated either anterior or posteriorly. They're rotated anteriorly, I believe, and this, from what I'm looking at, this would be cause for a repeat chest x-ray. This would not be acceptable. We would like no more than 1 centimeter of separation of the posterior ribs. This is obviously showing a lot more than that. So some issues there. You can also see the sternum in profile right up here. And then you can see some gas in the colon and such down in here in these. I was hoping we had a good lateral chest x-ray. Let's walk to the other side of class here and see if we have any other. No, none over here. We got a elbow x-ray. Hung the wrong way. Pretty good lateral elbow. See the head of the radius there, the neck, electron process. Medial oblique, we can see the coronoid real well. So I could spend a lot of time talking about all the x-rays we have in here. But chest x-ray is super important. If I'm able to do another chest x-ray positioning video, I will, just so y'all can take a look at it. But wanted to show you a brief little radiographic anatomy for chest x-rays. So hope you all have a fantastic weekend. It's Labor Day. I have a 3-day weekend. Yes, I'm not going to do anything exciting, but you know, hey. So y'all have a happy, safe weekend, and I will see you all later.